to this computer. Okay, very good. Welcome. Hello, everybody. This is SIG API Machinery for Kubernetes open source bi-weekly meeting. Today is September 18th, 2024. We are here with a brief agenda today, but we wanted to keep the cadence of the meetings. So let's go to it. We were going to cover the item in the backlog, but Joe Betts, one of our tech leads, is not feeling well today, and we thought that was more rich of a conversation if he was here, because he was a big part of server-side apply. So we're going to delay it one more time. So for the agenda today, let's start with the reminders. Okay, so 132 is coming together with the winter. And David, you wanted to make sure that people is aware of a couple of dates here, right?
Yeah, both PRR freeze, which is the first week in October, I think it's the 3rd, and the KEP freeze, which is the 11th. I think most people who have a KEP know that they have it and it's in progress. But if you haven't seen comments on your KEP and you think it should be targeted for 132, please go ahead and make contact, because I think that we think the list is basically closed. So you can reach out on Slack, or I guess a couple people came on camera, so maybe they have comments here.
Very good. I thought, maybe you know better, David, there was a potential conflict between Kubecon and code freeze, but it sounds like they moved the code freeze earlier.
Yeah, I think they shifted it early this time, which means we'll be stabilizing during that time. Hopefully that goes well. I guess I can mention, I know Joe is working on mutating admission policy for this iteration. I've been reviewing the API on that. So we're expecting the first alpha in 132. We're probably going to, we may be able to progress field selectors, CRD field selectors, if we are able to get the changes we need to the listers in. I imagine Joe would appreciate help there if someone was interested. We are expecting to progress the streaming list. There's an API change for that we've been reviewing, along with fixing up the metadata client, which is used to drive garbage collection. And then I guess sort of a sister feature to CRD field and label selectors, we are going to progress and SIG off the authorization based on field and label selectors to beta. So I guess all that seems noteworthy, and I think those are the biggest ones that I am tracking at the moment.
Very good. And some people here in the call are working on some of those. Okay, so keep these dates in mind. We are going to remind you, but you know, as much as we can, and with the help of the SIG and the community, to upfront the work and not wait for the last couple of days before all these freezes would be fantastic, because the people that end up having to deal with all these approvals and reviews is small pool of the same people every time. Thank you, David, for the summary and reminder. And the second thing I wanted to do today just is to invite everybody, if you're going, so Kubecon North America is coming. I know there is people in this call that is not in North America, so maybe you can make it. If you are planning to go, there is a lot of very interesting talks and conversations. We are going to have our good habitude of having a deep dive for API Machinery. This year is going to be by David and Joe, and they are going to be talking about squashing trampoline pods. I'm not going to reveal who came up with the title, but it was a very creative person. And I don't know, David, hate to put you on the spotlight again, but if you can you?
Yeah, sure. So for those that don't know, trampoline pods are pods that, when run on one particular node, if that node is compromised, allow an escape from a particular node and an escalate to compromise another node. And for quite a while, extensions have been our weak point. There was a team of security researchers a couple Kubecons ago, maybe last year before, that did an explanation of the type of attack. And over the course of the last year to 18 months, a combination of API machinery and auth features have landed that really allow us to better secure what we have today and make it possible for a future state that has an even better API on top. With that space being open, should you be a person who wants to try to create a new authorization API, a new way to express it, I think it would be awesome to have. And we're hoping to inspire that conversation at Kubecon.
That was a super good summary. So stay tuned, and if you can attend, that would be fantastic. It would be fantastic also to meet people in person if you can make it to Kubecon. So I'm going to be there, and I know several people that work regularly on this SIG are going to be there. So looking forward to it. And that, my friends, well, with the fact that some people were sick today and we couldn't cover the other topics, is the agenda for today. So in an act of generosity, I'm going to ask the audience if anybody wants to bring anything up today, since we have time, and otherwise we can just go back to our duties.
Anybody have suggestions for contributor summit sessions? I can't remember if the door closed on that already or not.
I don't know whether it is closed or not. I did not sign up for one, although if it is open and someone was looking and saying, what would be awesome to talk about? Things like the emulation version for API servers, I think would be a great topic to go over with maintainers. I believe that was Su Yin and Joe are the people I saw most active there. I'm not going to steal their thunder or require it, but I think it would be a great topic. And maybe an idea on the Arch side about stability. There was a conversation from SIG Arch 2 weeks ago now. Wow, time flies. That I owe a doc for. I don't know. Maybe I'll look to see if I can make that session. So we'll see.
I did submit one. I didn't write it down anywhere else or copy myself on the submission, so I can't tell you exactly what it was, but it was about the risk of fragmentation in Kubernetes, mostly because of LTS versions from all the hyperscalers, and the concern being the reverse of how to give customers the same version for longer is what strain that puts on ecosystem developers and so on. And I think that's pretty relevant to API machinery SIG as well. Anyway, I could shift that in different directions if there's interest here, but I don't have a copy of it, and I don't know if it'll get accepted. But
so it sounds like from the chat, the CFP is closed on one hand. The unconference topics are still open.
Yeah.
And then we have Freedom, who I think is helping organize a little bit the contributor summit, and he's saying that there is a way. It's closed, but it's
it's not really closed.
Yeah, and I believe Han submitted one about the batch rights idea. He's been floating, and I think there was somebody else that submitted another one, but I can't remember right now, top of my head. Okay, interesting time. There is a lot of excitement, maybe because it's the 10th year anniversary of Kubernetes. There's a lot of excitement coming on this Kubecon, so looking forward to it. Very good. Well, that's all we have for today. I thank everybody for coming. Hopefully next time we can cover the topics in the backlog, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great rest of the Wednesday and week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.